Welcome everyone to Paint That Model. This is me today painting this Kroot Lone-Spear. You've already seen me do the Milliput tutorial on my channel where I do the basing, so if you're worried about the basing, go check out that video. It's live now. This is me painting the model itself. So as you can see, I painted this orange and yellow color as kind of a scheme. I posted it on the channel. You guys said you wanted me to continue this scheme, so I am continuing it. Now I like that because this is a very, very nice color, this orange here. You gotta take a look at this. Look how well this speed paint goes on. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the highlight color, like I said, is gonna be a yellow. A nice demonic yellow by the speed painter as well. Or the army painter, my mistake. That's a regular paint. And that's gonna be by the army painter. Both of these paints are, but one is a speed paint. This is the speed paint orange. So sit back, relax, and watch me paint this model. One thing to note is that I do usually apply a varnish over the zenithal highlight, which I first applied. So I primed it, then I did the zenithal highlight, which is just a gray spray from a 45-degree angle above the model, and then a white spray from a 45-degree angle, or even steeper angle, really. For the white, and then that's it. Then you have your kind of built-in shadows in the background, and then you put your contrast paints over the top of that, and then you can see the shadows and the contrast through the transparent paint. So you can see I've kind of put all of the orange all over the model. Now I'm coming in with that yellow paint just to paint, I don't know what these are, fins, any kind of extruding portion, horns, the dimples, the bumps. All of those are going to be painted in the yellow, as you will see. Now in this video, I'm going to be painting the entirety of the model. We've just been focusing on the mount under the Kroot so far, but we will be painting the Kroot itself, and I do have a special tip for painting Kroot skin tones, a variety of Kroot skin tones in this video. So if you like Kroot, you like painting them, you like putting them together, and you like playing with them, you're going to want to watch this video until the end to see me paint the Kroot towards the end of the video, and you'll see how I achieve a variety of Kroot skin tones with very, very minimal effort, and I think it looks great. Here you can see me applying the snakebite leather, which is a Citadel paint leather, or leather color, that I have removed from its terrible pot and put in my own little dropper that I got from Amazon. So that's a pro tip as well too. Take away the Citadel paints pots and just transfer them into a different pot, because I've spilled one too many Nuln Oil everywhere. So here I'm going to be hitting everything that's the leather, which is the harness, and any other leather parts on the mount. And here's a very important part. I'm going to come back with a demonic yellow and hit all of these raised areas. As you can see, all the dimples, all the little horns, they're all going to be yellow. To round off the mount of the Kroot, we're going to be hitting it with a number of washes here. We're going to be hitting it with a brown wash over the harness area, which I think was a good choice. But then I followed it up with a red wash over the entirety of the Kroot body, and I think this was a bit of a mistake, right? So for a few reasons, I think this darkened down. What I was trying to achieve was a kind of blend in between the yellow and the orange. And I put this red wash over the entirety of the model to kind of achieve a blend, to blend the two colors together. You can see me getting ready to make a mistake. And here you can see me making the mistake. So I put this over and I think it drowned out the yellow too much, right? So, you know, this is no problem. It really gave it more of a reddish color than what I wanted it to, but the kind of solution is, and it's a very easy one, is what I did is after I applied this, I realized that probably at this point that it wasn't a very good idea that I apply this wash. But I had to keep going with the whole model, you know, it didn't make sense for me to paint half of it, so if I'm going to fix it, I'm going to fix the whole thing. And it was just a minor fix. All I really had to do was come back with the yellow and highlight all of my yellow colors again. So all of the yellow, as you can see, it kind of really drowned out the yellow. It really drowned out the yellow, and now I have to come back and just highlight them again. So this is a fun little wash that I made up. I found a recipe for on the internet. And it's basically just a generic wash, a brown, blackish wash with some medium to give it a little bit of contrast and some definition. So I just wanted to darken down the recesses and give an overall wash. Now, I mentioned before, I showed everyone how I put the base together. This is me painting the base. And so I just give it a brown color, but I don't show you how I finish the base with adding all the little sticks and the stones and the little grass patches. So if you want to see a detailed basing video covering that, I will do that. Like I said, I'm just coming back with the yellow and running a dry brush over the areas that I think need to have some pop. And here's my big secret. This is how I paint the Kroot color. And the real secret is that first color, which is the Pallid Bone color by the Army Painter. It's a speed paint. And what I do is I use this as my primary base coat to go over the skin. And then I just put another wash over it and I call it done. But how I achieve the different skin tones is by putting different colored washes over this base Pallid Bone color. Right? So if I put a blue wash, I have some blue Kroot. If I put a green wash, I have some green Kroot. If I put a red wash, I have some red Kroot, and so on and so on. So in this one, I show you how I do that. And this is the Pallid Bone color. And I think I will, later on, I will be putting a green wash over it. So stay tuned and you'll see me actually put the green wash on. I do the washes in a separate step. So I like to do all the base coating and then do the washes after. But this is a nice, I think this Pallid Bone color, you could honestly just leave it like this as well and call this a Kroot color skin because, a Kroot skin color, sorry, because, you know, they have a variety of colors, and that's what I like about the Kroot is you can kind of customize them a little bit. This is one of my favorite speed paints here. This is worth noting. This is Hardened Leather by the first Army Painter Speed Paints line. So the 1.0, not the Army Painter Speed Paints 2.0, the 1.0 Hardened Leather, significantly different than 2.0, might add. But the first one, if you can get your hands on this, get as much as you can, because it is perfection in a bottle. Really like this leather color. So I'm going to be hitting all of the leather straps on this guy, on the Kroot, in a different leather color than I did on the mount, just to give some variety in the brown color. The browns. Then we're going to be hitting his cloak with some green color, and I do follow up with a kind of tan highlight of the green cloak to hit I think he has like a net going over his body, and I don't think I show that step, but I do make sure I highlight or kind of edge highlight the net that goes over his body with a tan color to make the net kind of stand out. But this is I'm just kind of testing these paints out, really. I don't think I've ever used this kind of camo green, dark green color before, so just kind of really seeing how it goes on. I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest with you. I don't really like how it turned out. So if you guys are still watching, very much appreciated. You guys know we're trying to grow the channel. I think we're at 114 subscribers, something like that right now, maybe a little less than that. We're trying to grow the channel as much as possible, so if you're watching at this point, please like the video, please subscribe. We're trying to get our numbers up here a little bit in the coming months, so all the support is greatly appreciated. I have a few announcements that are coming on the channel of what my real kind of vision is for the channel, and so there's a few things that I have planned. I have lots of plans coming up for models, for everything, kind of painting, tutorials, all of that good stuff. So if you like what you see, please comment, please like, please subscribe, get all that engagement going, and I'll make sure that the channel provides you with some good content. So enough of that. Here is how my magic. This is the magic point for the Kroot skin, right? This is how I get different skin tones, and you can see I just pulled out a generic green wash, nothing fancy, nothing special, and then I put it over that base skin color, and boom, I have a variety of Kroot that I can make very quickly, very effectively. This is specifically important for batch painting. That being said, you can get a very good skin color very easily and very effectively, quick and easy, like I like to say on the channel. Thank you guys, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. You can see this is what the final model looks like at the end here. This is how I did it. If you want to see a full basing tutorial on something like this, how I did the shrubs, how I did the smaller stones around the edges, how I did the base, like, comment, I will get that video out if you guys want it. Okay, much appreciated. Take care, everyone.